high of 83 to 89. Partly sunny Sunday, high 87 to 90. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Polly Holdren.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. We are joined on the phone lines, we are every morning, by Galen Unal from Lifestyle, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you today?
Good, good. So have you got the call yet?
Which call? Because, I get a lot of them.
From the National Search Group to see about your ability to be city manager.
I wonder, I do not know much about that job, but I'm pretty sure I'm not qualified because I could not sit in that meeting and keep my mouth shut.
See, that's the problem.
And let's be clear. Out of the job, I could deal with the chief of police. I could probably deal with the fire department. I would just just leave me alone, right? I don't know anything about, I've put out fires in the Navy. That was a very long time ago. I don't know anything about police other than when they pull me over and I try to talk my way out of it. That's the extent of my knowledge, and that's what I would say. Yeah, I think you need a really good accountant. You probably need a really good lawyer just to make sure that you're covered and that you don't get sued. And then the rest is just keeping your mouth shut during the city council meetings.
I think, and that's the most important part of the job, because it's the part I wouldn't. That's why somebody goes, "Why wouldn't you run for office, Tom?" Well, first off, convicted felon. Let's just clear that up, okay? But second reason, I couldn't contain myself. If I was one of those politicians sitting up there on the board, or the city manager, or the county administrator, or anything, and I'm sitting up there on the area, where they hold the meetings, and about the fourth person that got up and said the same thing, I go, "Let me stop you right there, partner. Let me stop you right there, partner. The last three people have said the same damn thing that you've said. We know what y'all are trying to say to us. Now go sit your dumb ass down and let somebody else talk." And that would be the end of my political career. That would be the end.
Yeah. I think I could do the campaigning all right, but, it would be one of two things for me for every topic. I'd be extremely passionate about it, or I just wouldn't care.
Whatever. Exactly. You'd be,
like,
hey,
okay,
what do you think about the septic and sewer systems that are 25 miles from your house and they're doing damage to my water source that feeds my cows, but it's 30 miles from your house? Well, figure out a better way to filter your water. Next.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things are just, and the problem is they're all recorded.
Yeah.
And so, I would be that viral video.
Oh, every meeting.
Crazy.
Every meeting.
Maybe not every meeting, but there would be at least one where especially if you or I we're both somehow elected, the people of Ocala just got a lot dumber.
It would just have a big stamp that says Florida man at city council meeting, and it'd be you and I in a viral video.
Right. Now, and it would say villages adjacent, because they always like to put the villages into all of the Florida stories.
Right.
And so they would lump us into that village adjacent. Or
The
something
city
like
council
that.
of Pahokee, adjacent to the villages.
Yeah, exactly. You see that all the time.
Yeah, the
I
Immokalee City Council last night decided on a sewer
Correct.
system, and Immokalee is adjacent to the villages.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated how they could just shoehorn the villages into every
Isn't it?
story.
But isn't when you know and when you intimately know a place, and then you see the news broadcast, and you know what they're saying is blatantly false, and once you notice that, like my biggest pet peeve when I lived in the Hawthorne area and everything was my second wife was from the Stark Lottie area, so I knew that area very well from going visiting parents and everything, and so it would always kill me when they would go, "We're live outside of the state prison in Rayford as somebody's being put to death," and they were standing under the clock tower in downtown Stark,
Right.
18 miles from the
Correct.
prison.
Yeah.
But nobody would know
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
unless you knew that so those kind of things aggravate the hell out of me.
Well, I learned all this when I was covering the Jaguars because I was very young still in my broadcasting career, and that was a team you go and talk to almost every day during the season.
Right.
And then they would say things on the national stage, and you're like, that's not even remotely true.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize the national media is wrong about everything.
ESPN got. I would be at golf tournaments and everything, and I would know what was said. I was in the press conference, just like you. I was in the press conference and everything, and then ESPN would come up with a story, and they would change some of the story to make it fit their national narrative. And I did the same thing. I was like, well, they don't care about the story. They care about people watching, so they'll make it up if they need to make it a better story.
Oh, there's no doubt. And again, I think once you see that enough, you just kind of get.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, Galen. Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
And and again, I think that's when I was in the media is when I began to not trust the media. So. Yeah.
By the way, 12, 13 years ago, I didn't think the media was that bad of a deal. 12 years later, after being in it for that long, we're a bunch of liars. That's just fact.
And now
That's just fact.
I don't know if it's worse now or it's so obvious.
Well, I think it's worse because these big conglomerates have bought up all these news stations and newspapers. So you'll see the exact same the exact same editorial will be given. That Saturday editorial the station manager comes on and done. That same editorial will be given in 18 or 20 different markets, word for word, because that's what the big bosses at the conglomerate told you to say.
Well, and that's been, by the way, these big conglomerates owning stations and
the last 25, 30 years.
It's not new.
No.
It's not new.
Gannett started it, I think. Didn't Gannett start it?
No. This goes way. Maybe the first time I remember being at a sports station at WBWL, and we had this thing that played, and I remember I had to put it into the computer once every month or so, and it was this message, and there were 7 stations in our little complex, and I had to put it in for all 7 stations, and so they all played at the exact same time. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday or something, but it was crazy, and I was always like, this is just nuts. So that's not a new thing.
Well, it's the last 25, 30 years, but
yeah.
That's what's turned the media towards one narrative across the country.
Sure.
Because conglomerates own it and they control the narrative.
And that's what's unique about this station that we're on right now. It's locally owned. They only own one station, and there's not another station like that in our county, in the area.
And It doesn't hurt that they're not going to control the narrative. Hell, Dan can barely control himself. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and Dan, if Dan were to say something, I would just make fun of him so much that he would just cave. So, yeah, he texted me the other day about how great his golf match was, and I'm like, somebody's lying. So
What? Wait,
yeah.
the golf match he played when me and his brother-in-law.
With you.
It was
Yeah.
me, him, and his
Yeah,
brother-in-law.
he's like, oh,
and
man,
he said how
you
great
should-
his game was.
He was like, man, you should have seen how well he goes. And this, I think, would I could.
I think he
remember
shot like
he's never used these
109.
words.
I think he shot like
That's
109
good
or
for him.
110.
He's like my ball striking is getting so much better.
It was
And then-
actually
and then his
actually he
next
did hit
line-
the ball better. He did. We didn't have to search for it as long this time.
And then he said, and you know I'm a great putter. That was the whole thing. He said, my ball striking was incredible, and I'm a great putter. It was
I
something,
just-
because he used the word ball striking. I'm like, you don't even know what that is.
I don't recall the putting being that great. I don't recall that.
Well, he thinks he's a good, well, it's a Dan, and his forearm's getting away, but nonetheless.
The man has massive forearms. We'll give him that.
He's a big dude.
He was so
He's
happy
5'6".
the day I walked into the Cascades. The day I walked into the Cascades, he was so happy. The first thing he did, I'm meeting Dan for the first time. First thing he does, checks out my forearms, goes, "You want to arm wrestle?"
Over the top is his great. Is his
Oh,
favorite
he
movie
look.
of all time.
If he could, he'd wear a backwards hat all the time. Walk over, walk over.
Walk over, and then he's got the he practices the thumb move that they use.
Oh, and he's
all
got. I
that.
promise you, he's got a replica of the oil can the guy drinks out of. You know. He's supposed to be helping me
He
fix
was
the
a
computer.
movie star.
He was a movie star.
He was a
in-
movie star.
Took up the whole screen in
Patch
Patch Adams. Took up the whole,
Sure did.
leaving the balloon room. Yep.
And for some reason, every time you go over to his house, that scene is on pause, and you see Dan's face on the TV.
And he actually has
Okay.
every 2 months he goes to the Dollar Tree and gets replica balloons and has one room in his house that he can recreate that scene for you too. See, where he walks out of the balloon room. He can do that. He can do that.
That's pretty good. That's pretty.
We got to take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Blockers Furniture is having a truckload sale. Right now, you can save 20% on sofas and love seats when you mention radio. Blockers' 80,000 square foot showroom is home to the largest in-stock selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, unique furniture accents, outdoor furniture, and more. That means you can take your furniture home that same day or have it delivered. Check out the Blockers Sleep Gallery, too. They carry a huge selection of mattresses, including all the name brands you love. Blockers Furniture truckload sale. 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala, next to Hobby Lobby. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Thursday, Galen Unoff from Life South joins us. He does Every day brought to you by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions how they're handling the pandemic, give them a call at 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. We'd also like to thank family-owned and operated Penn Flooring, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They owe every bit of their success to their unrivaled customer service. They can take care of all your flooring needs because they're very knowledgeable in both residential and commercial flooring. Go see their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And we'd also like to thank JustShip.net. They flipped the script on shipping. Before, you had to package your package up. You had to go take it to the busy post office waiting line for 45 minutes to an hour just to drop off one package. Now you can either call Just Shipped or reach out to JustShip.net and arrange a pickup time, and they'll come to your house and pick up the item, and they'll package it up for you and ship it. Or you can come to their drop-off location at 811 North Magnolia and not wait in hour-long line. It's in and out in less than 5 minutes. So JustShipped.net. Galen, he fixed my clock, so he must not be that mad at us. Dan Martone must not be that mad at us.
Big time.
So,
okay.
Hey, I saw that you sent me an article this morning that I'm too cheap to actually buy a subscription to, so I only got to read it for about 30 seconds before the banner clicked up that says, you must now pay for the subscription. You have used your 5 times this month to view articles on our page. I'm talking about an article that you showed me in the New York Post, or New York Times. I forget which one it was. New York Times. That shows the redistricting of Florida, which happens every 10 years at the Census Bureau takes a new population count. Then you redraw your districts if you get more congressional districts. And we did. We gained a congressional district. So because we gained a congressional district, and New York lost one, by the way, the state of Florida has to redraw the congressional lines to include the new district. Well, that's always controversial. It's much more controversial in the South because of how Jim Crow laws almost 100 years ago used to redistrict and gerrymander. And now it seems like everybody says gerrymandering happens all the time. If you're in control, the party in control always draws the lines. How are you not going to gerrymander if you're the party in control? It's not like you're going to draw lines that said, hey, let's give us a less chance to win districts.
Yeah, I hate it. I really do. I hate gerrymandering. When you look at the map, the Republicans are going to gain 4 seats, is what they're saying, and the Democrats are going to
lose 3, maybe.
They're going to lose 3, and so I guess it's a net gain of 4 apparently for the Republicans. It's the way they connect the lines that just makes no sense to me. I don't like it. I really am a big believer that every district should be, the same number of people, and then you just draw a circle.
That's all you do. You just get the same amount of population, and you just draw circles.
But instead, it looks like, and that's the problem I've always had, is they're so busy trying to carve out neighborhoods and put neighborhoods of likes together, or to minimize a certain voting block so that it's surrounded by another type of voter. And I just hate it. I don't care when it helps Republicans. I don't care when it hurts. I hate it all.
Well,
one of the
districts right now stretches from Jacksonville to Tallahassee.
Yeah, did you see that? That's the one I wanted to talk about. How? Have you? How?
Oh,
how?
Wait. I know
how?
a much worse situation than that one. Back in the late 80s, early 90s, when the census came out, they redrew the lines in Georgia. It was the early 90s because it was the 90 census. And the Democrats were in control at the time in Georgia. And they redrew district lines. And you can't make this up. They took in the downtown, and they made sure that this district was 75% African American because They knew that they thought that African Americans would vote Democrat, and so they wanted to keep they'd got a new district, and they drew this district from the downtown area that had a heavy African American population in Savannah, and then they come up I-16, and they carved out the area that had the most African Americans coming up I-16 into Macon, took the African Americans part of Macon, and then went up into just south of Atlanta into Clayton County. It stretched from the airport in Atlanta to Savannah, one district. It was for the person that represented that district. Literally, it was a laughable thing. The news said, and this was back when the speed limit was still 55 miles an hour, and they said for the representative of that district would have to drive 4.5 to 5 hours to go from one end of their district to the other. That's ridiculous. And right now, from Jacksonville to Tallahassee, that's a 3-hour drive for whoever gets the representative is.
It is, and I think all of that is just bad. And I think those are the kinds of things. And I am sure there are people in power in the Republican Party that are just, look, DeSantis wins again. But the people lose, right? Don't we want a representative government? And we should probably talk about the Disney thing.
Well, he carved up some of Orange County too to try to take Val Demings to try to take Val Demings' district.
Well, her spot's completely gone. I guess now she's just going to run against the Senate.
Yeah.
With Marco Rubio, which. I'm no Marco Rubio fan.
Because they redrew her district out.
I mean, it's just like, and again, I just don't like it. And it's it's purely political. It's purely, payback time for a lot of these.
That's exactly what it is. It is retribution time. It's exactly what it doesn't matter whether you're Democrat or Republican. This is the redrawing of districts every year after the census, every year and a half after the census. It's always retribution time.
And
do we lose Galen?
Oh,
there he is.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate it. I just absolutely.
Yeah, we lost you again.
No, I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
It's almost like you were on Bluetooth or something. I don't know what happened.
I was. It switched back from my phone, but I can't stand it. I really can't.
It is gerrymandering. Whether you like it or not, it is gerrymandering.
They call it that for a reason.
Yeah.
And then what's great is and if you really want to look at one that's really messed up right now, look at the state of North Carolina.
Oh.
North Carolina makes no sense. They put Lumberton in the same area as a part of Jacksonville, North Carolina.
I know, and they're
in the same part of Raleigh, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How?
You got to traverse a lot of different landscapes to go from Lumberton to Raleigh. I'm promising you.
Well, Lumberton to Raleigh's not bad, but if you go from Lumberton to Raleigh to Jacksonville. You can't get there from there.
You go across.
You know what I'm saying?
And North Carolina's so long, people don't realize when I lived in Boone, we would go to the beach. We would go to Myrtle Beach because it was closer in South Carolina. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina was closer to us in Boone than Nags Head Beach or something like that was in North Carolina. So we got to take is that an 8 or a 9? I can't tell.
8:28.
I need a pair of glasses. My glasses are. I'm getting old, Galen. I can't see well. I got blurry vision.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's dirty glasses. No, hold on. Maybe I can fix that. Hey, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
When we come back, what I didn't think was going to happen, all of a sudden has some serious legs at the state house, and
scary.
It ain't looking good for Orange County and Osceola County. And I'm just talking about bond debt. We'll talk about that next with Galen on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
As Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to take cities, Mariupol has fallen except for one steel factory. Russian President Vladimir Putin told his defense minister in a televised meeting to cancel plans to storm Ukraine's final stronghold in Mariupol and instead block the steel plant so not even a fly can escape. Wildfires raging across the southwestern United States have burned down structures and forced hundreds of people to evacuate. At this time, 10 wildfires and a handful of controlled burns today are smoking up the skies in New Mexico, Arizona, and Southern California. The United States Capitol complex was evacuated Wednesday after what police said was a probable aircraft intrusion. As it turns out, the plane was carrying members of the United States Army Golden Knights who parachuted into Nationals Baseball Park. The planned event was never reported to Capitol Police. USA Radio News.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm sorry, I can't operate on that vehicle.
But doctor, you took an oath.
That RV, it's my son's RV.
Oh, doctor, isn't there anything you can do?
I'm not a miracle worker, Sheila. I'm an RV surgeon, trained to save the lives of large injured recreational vehicles, which is definitely a real profession.
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bo Jangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bojangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala. Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully, because now there are new treatments available here. Not talking surgery or steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics, now with offices in Ocala and the Villages. Hey everybody, this is Tom Schmitz. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biological therapies that help restore and repair damaged tissues in your joints with lasting results. If you got pain in your knees, your shoulders, hips, back like I do, joint pain that won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. That's right, no surgery. Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain, and don't let them put you under the knife. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. There's offices in Ocala and the Villages, so give them a call, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA Clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives. You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Thursday. Galen Unaw is on the line with us, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, JustShip.net, and Penn Flooring. Galen, before we went to break, we alluded to the disagreement between the Mouse, the largest employer in the state of Florida, and the governor and the legislature. And yesterday, there's a proposition to remove the special districting for any district that was created before 1968, which leaves the villages alone, although Disney, I'm sure, has a horde of lawyers that will say there's got to be some constitutionality problems there. But it passed through the Senate to take their special district away. It looks like it'll probably pass through the House today, and the governor's going to sign it. 24 hours ago, I didn't think that was a possibility.
Well, basically, the Florida Senate said, here, hold my beer.
Right.
I mean, and now this is going to go to the House, and the House will have to vote on it before it goes to DeSantis' desk. But the problem is the $1 billion debt that straddles to Orange County and
Osceola.
Parts of
Osceola County.
and Osceola County. Very small part of Osceola. But this is all at the feet of people in Orange County, and they're waking up this morning going, if this passes, my property taxes increase tenfold over the next.
They say it'll probably go up just this year, just to start shouldering the tax burden, 15 to 20% this year.
Yeah, for the next, and that's for the rest of their life. And you're going to see a mass exodus of people moving out of Orange County. And again, I really hope that they don't just keep, because and this is a problem when either party gets complete control and is riding on a high, right? And they're looking at the polls going, we could do nothing wrong. You know, everybody is saying, let's go Biden, right? All of this. And this is what happens. They get power hungry and they think they can do anything.
I'm just amazed.
And as the people, we get, by the way, we will all feel the pain of this.
Oh, every one of us. And I'm amazed. Here's what I'm amazed at. That so many people don't know the right story. I've heard some news broadcasts where they have talked about how it's about, editorials on news radio shows and everything. It's about time Disney started paying its own way and everything. Especially. By the way, Disney pays property tax to Osceola and Orange County every year. They pay property tax, and then what they pay property tax for, the upkeep of the roads, police service, fire service, they don't get that from Orange County and Osceola County. They do it for themselves. So they're paying property tax, and then they're doing all the work that property tax is supposed to pay for on their own dime. The counties aren't paying for it.
Again, I get it. Disney, is in the doghouse right now. But this will put Disney not in the doghouse, but now everybody's going to feel bad for them.
Right.
But the real people who pay for this is every citizen of the state of Florida.
Certainly.
Because everything's going to go up. And somebody's like, well, do we really need to worry about the price of admission? This has nothing to do with the price of admission to a Disney park. It doesn't impact that in any way, shape, or form. It's not going to go up. It's not going to go down. It's the tax dollars that are going to have to pay for. And by the way, if you've never driven around some of their roads,
they're the best roads. They're the best roads in the state.
Their police stations,
the best in the state.
Police stations they look great. I mean, come on, wake up, wake up.
Well, here's the thing. If
you're in the Florida House of Representatives, wake up. And this was a party line vote in the Senate.
Right.
Not a single Republican crossed the aisle.
Right.
That's part of the problem. Govern for the citizens of Florida.
Not for the party.
Not for the, and not for the going against the woke crowd. I'm tired of that, all right? It makes it wrong no matter who does it when you do.
And by the way, if you ignore the woke crowd, if you ignore the woke crowd, they'll go away. Remember the Tea Partiers? They started getting ignored. The Tea Party went away. These fringe things will go away.
I think the Tea Party. If you're a Tea Partier and you read this, you're against. You're for this carve out that we've made for Disney.
Oh, of course.
Because it means the tax dollars don't have to come out of my pocket. All that infrastructure we're now going to have to pay for. I hate this. I hate this, Tom.
By the way,
I hate it.
The governor and the legislature have provided a small out, though.
Kind of.
They've said, look, we're just going to change the special district deal that they had in 1967. We'll still renegotiate Disney, and we'll figure out how to work all this out. There's going to be renegotiation. The deal we have now is a bad deal, so we need to get rid of it and start over negotiating. That's the out that showed up in the last 48 hours. Is now they're going, just relax. We're going to renegotiate.
If you're Disney, why would you do that?
I wouldn't.
Why would you renegotiate?
I wouldn't.
Like, no, we're good, dog.
We're good. You're taking over $1 billion of our debt off our table. All of a sudden, our company is over $1 billion more liquid than it was because you just assigned that debt to 2 counties and we get rid of it? Sure, we'll do. No. Why would I renegotiate that?
No, we're good. That's exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
We're good, dog. Deuces.
Yeah.
Because Disney's not leaving Florida. By the way, Disney's not going anywhere, folks.
No.
Disney ain't leaving Florida.
And they're like, well, this is good for all the other parks. No.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. This is not. I don't know who this benefits other than if you're someone who just wants to stick it to Disney because of some of their employees. That doesn't
just
make
think
it
about
right.
how many cops you're going to have to, Osceola and Orange County is going to have to hire. How many more cops are going to have to hire to take over 27 square miles, folks? 27 square miles.
We need to call our House of Representatives today and say, vote no.
Well,
please. I guess it's not coming up for a vote for a while over in the House, which is good. Maybe everything can calm down.
Well, I saw a Facebook post that my wife put out earlier this morning, and I thought, wow, she nailed that pretty good. She goes, I hope that the Florida State Senate, with all its vigor to punish Disney, will think about the homeowners insurance issues. Oh, wait, Disney's more important to the state legislature, not the issues we have with homeowner insurance reform. Why is that? And I thought that's a perfect question, because which is more important? Punishing Disney because they came out and said they didn't like a law that you passed, or getting the homeowners insurance situation in order so that people don't keep getting dropped because their roof's older than 10 years old.
Yeah, and by the way, that is an incredibly expensive law, and we all know that we don't need that. And I hope Stan McClain is listening. I know he's my representative. Vote no on this. Vote no. This is a terrible, terrible idea. And I would agree. Please focus on the homeowners.
Yeah, that's much more important. By the way, that's what this session was for. That's what this session was for.
Right. Correct.
was homeowners insurance reform. So Stan, Joe Harding, Keith, if you're listening, vote no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You forget Joe Harding over there in Denellen, so you forget about him, don't you?
Yeah, correct. Correct.
But it's just, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I can't stand it.
But
I really
you will hear hardliners go, it's about time we got Disney back. They've been screwing us for years. I had literally somebody last night at the Wiener Wars downtown. We were having a discussion, and his exact words is, well, Disney's been screwing the people of Florida for years. About time we got something back on them. I go, how's that? We have no ad valorem tax on our cars, on our license plate, like they do in Georgia, where they assign a value to your car every year, and you have to pay a percentage of that, like you do on your home. You have to pay a percentage of that to get your license. So your tag in Georgia, if you got a new car, it could be $800,000-$900,000 to get your tag instead of $45,000 like we pay. And 6.5% of your check every week in Georgia goes to state income tax. Guess what? We don't have that because we have Disney. Because the hotel, when Disney got here and the hotel and the hospitality industry boomed, we started using hotel tax. So we don't have a state income tax for that exact reason. So Disney, yes, Disney needs to be spanked on the hands, but for this is like I don't even know what this is likened to. It's almost like the state of Florida goes, yeah, Disney, well, not only do we not like you, but we don't like Orange County either. Jerry Demings is the mayor, so we're going to strap them with almost $1 billion in debt that was yours, and then go back and tell Disney, but we'll renegotiate. Why would I renegotiate? You just cleaned my loan slate.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea. And again, I hope cooler heads prevail, because again, we've gotten into this mentality. Well, we're gonna hit the woke crowd. You're not hitting the woke crowd. I want to be very clear about that.
You're hitting every citizen in the state of Florida, taxpayers.
Yeah, this is
whether they're part of the woke crowd or not. That's who you're hitting.
I saw that they're going to have to go about this via gas tax, property tax, sales tax.
Oh yeah.
So
Orange County's looking at a 10% sales tax if this happens. They're looking at adding another 35 to 40 cents to the gas tax in that county if this happens. And your homeowners, your property tax is going to increase by 15 to 20%. By the way, if you go through Orange County and buy gas, you're going to have to pay it. If you stay in a hotel, you're going to have to pay it. You know, if the sales tax goes to 10%, you're going to have to pay it.
And that's just going to destroy all the businesses that are there. I hate this.
Galen.
I hate this. I hate it.
Where's the Bloodmobile today?
I got to go do a TV interview.
Where's
today,
the Bloodmobile?
Bloodmobile, we're actually out in the shores at the Walmart out there, so check us out there. And also, come by and see us on the Boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard, 622-3544, lifesouth.org. Give blood today.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Nobody does spring planting like Rural King, and nobody beats our prices on farm and home favorites, like our own lawn and garden batteries for just $19.99, or 1 cubic foot bags of all-purpose topsoil, just $1.89 a piece, and everything looks better with fresh mulch. Get 2 cubic foot bags in cypress, red, brown, or black, just $2.49 a piece. Stock up today at ruralking.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
By now, all of Central Florida knows that at Bob Wines, you always buy one tree at his super low price, and you get a second one just like it for half price. That means you get a large tree up to 6 feet tall for less than $40. You get a second one just like it for $20. You walk out with 2 nice trees for less than $60. Almost unbelievable. You gotta come see for yourself. And while you're there, check the BOGOs on bush daisies, Confederate jasmine, plumbago, purslane, and many more. Got a garden question? Bring your photos. We can fix it. This is the week for big bargains at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. So come on out and walk this 5-acre garden. They're open 9 to 4:30 daily, Saturdays till 3 on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Soon to be celebrating 70 years in the same blooming location. We'll see you there this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Now there's an exciting new treatment using natural biologics, regenerative solutions that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints. Hey folks, it's Tom Schmitz, and I'm talking about QC Kinetics.